Good morning! It's Sunday morning, which means tomorrow you have to go to school, work, or some other dreaded bastardly place. But we're glad that you chose to stay with us just in time for another K-Cup, or morning K-Cup of Joe. And it's me, Kevin Rollins, and Diecast Mania, aka Joe. Say what's up.
Great. Good morning, I guess.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, or evening, wherever the fuck you are, or whatever, whenever you are watching this. Hopefully you listened to the first one. That one was actually pretty good. We had some good conversation there.
Yep. Well,
Uh,
let's just set one thing straight first, in case you didn't watch the first one. What we're about to say on the show does not express the opinions of Model News or the Model News crew. So,
this is
yeah.
just
With
me.
that said,
This is just me and Joe just having fun.
yeah, like a Sunday morning opinion show. Yeah.
Easy like Sunday morning.
Or yeah. So we'll
You
have
knew that
some
was good.
unofficial things to say.
You should have.
Unofficial news, I guess.
I would have played the actual video, but we'd probably get sued for copyrights by someone. I don't even know who the fuck's saying that. But
Okay.
yeah, if you listen to podcasts, this is like our own little personal video journal of shit we talk about. Besides, also be sure to check out all the other shows as they are um, more professional than this. So if this is like the first show you're watching on the Model News channel, they get more professional. There's Model News on Saturdays. On Mondays we have some show. Tuesday we have um, equipment chat or equipment talk. I forgot what they. Then we got Model Chat Mondays. We got equipment chat Tuesdays. We got Model Chat Wednesdays, which is weird that we have two shows with the same name, different day. Thursdays we got the Anthony Lucibello show. Fridays we have Truck Talk with Griffin, who's a new person by the way with us. So yeah, we're psyched.
And yeah, Truck yeah for his show.
Truck, yeah. All right, I know that we can't get sued for this. We cannot do that. That song was very
Alright.
popular in 2012, now wasn't it?
I wouldn't know about that, but let's move on.
So, last time we was talking about all the big brands and how they seem to be smothering the fuck out of the smaller brands like JCB and all those. And Ford, we got talked about with their crappy designing of their backhoes back in the 80s.
Oh yeah, and whoops, we forgot to say this. If you don't really like swearing, you either may want to turn down the volume or get headphones.
Or just don't fucking
It's a
listen.
little late to say that.
At least give this thing
Oh,
a
there we go again.
or don't listen, but be sure you give this thing a thumbs up before you leave. You don't have to listen the entire thing, but please get a thumbs up. It helps. It helps with the immense pain of my hand getting run over by a lawnmower. No, it actually did not.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would hurt.
yeah.
But that wouldn't be the
Don't
first
get
injury.
caught in the table saw. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Little shout out to our friend Ben. Get well soon, man. He's making a wooden Cat 320, was it?
Yeah, 320.
Yeah, it was a wooden Cat 320, and he screwed his thumb up on a table saw, I believe it was. He cut it in two places. When our friend Catmac 316, aka Diesel, aka the other Kevin, sorry if you didn't want that said. He's like, well, so our friend Riley goes, I almost damn near cut my thumb off today, and then Diesel goes, well, Ben literally almost did, and then we see this picture like 50 different times, this purple thumb with like 20 stitches in it, and it looks like it looks like one of Santa's little elves had a huge accident.
Well, I was scrolling down the Cat Hold a New group, and then all I see are these thumb pictures. I'm like,
Yeah, Let's take pictures of our thumbs.
Yeah, torn up thumbs that are all messed up.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, those comments were entertaining, though.
Yes, they are. There's a. Okay, so this is a little something I need to say. Now this is not equipment related, but I want to say, screw you, Avon Community School Corporation, where I go to school at. You bastards. -6 degree weather, and they didn't even delay school. And the wind chill was like -30. Keep in mind.
Wait, they call themselves a corporation, so that kind of gives you a sense of what's going on.
Yeah, I've always said that. I do not like going to a place called Corporation. Well, I mean, Model News is technically Model News Industries, as you can tell by the picture put up here.
Yeah, but a public school system
Does not need to be called Corporation, and the food is like a corporation almost.
Well, I think I'd rather eat MREs than
Meals ready to eat.
Yeah.
You know what? I've actually seen a video this week, and someone opened a can of 40-year-old eggs and
Vietnam
ham.
eggs.
Yeah, and it was black, and it was like syrup.
No,
And
that was the what was it? Some fruit thing that came with it.
Yeah, they had brand new ones, and then they had these really old 40-year-old ones. They had a bunch of it, too. You can buy these things on eBay, and it specifically says on eBay, do not eat. I looked it up myself. And they ate some 40-year-old chocolate. No, it wasn't the chocolate. It was the crackers.
Yeah.
Crackers are good 40 years in the future. Screw you, expiration dates. You guys suck. 40-year-old crackers. But the chocolates, I would have ate the chocolate. Just saying, I would have at least taken a bite and see how that went. So yeah, also, I guess we're getting paid to advertise now. If you are a equipment fan in the Northeast, aka New England, on July 31st, August 1st, and 2nd, 2015, there is going to be an antique construction equipment show and display. Presented to you by the Northeast Rock Busters. I think it is $23 to join. Admission is $5 daily. Under age of 12 is free. So for more, contact Kevin Drennan on Facebook.
Oh yeah. That'd be a good
You're
show
welcome.
to go to.
I don't think we're getting paid for that.
No, I don't think we're getting paid for anything. But
we're actually losing money doing this. We're losing $12 every 3 months for this crap.
Well,
but hey, it's for the audience.
Yeah.
For the people. So thank you, people. Thank you, fans that support us. We only have like we have 2 fans, and that's ourselves. We got 12 fans then. The people in Model News. Thank you guys. Thank you, fans, viewers. Thank you, likers. Screw you, dislikers.
We don't really care about the dislikers. So.
Yeah, the likers. Thank you. Thank you. We'll pay you back in half an hour of entertainment. Yeah, half an hour every Sunday, from Sunday till whatever time you watch this. It's from whatever time you start to whatever time you end. We'll give you that much entertainment. Thank you. So Model News, we got a lot coming up. We got a podcasting program coming up. Get this, a construction podcast by construction enthusiasts.
For
whoever fucking heard of such a thing? A construction podcast made by construction enthusiasts. We can't call ourselves operators because we're freaking high schoolers, but we're still enthusiasts. So screw you, all you people that go like, oh, they're in high school, they don't know shit. We professionalize, or is that the right word? We specialize in construction equipment. Who needs math? We got construction. And hey, we're playing with models now, but hey, in another 5 years, we're gonna be on the real shit. And we'll probably.
Oh, yeah.
And if you like to rub it in, Jesse, we don't have opportunities like that, but still, we love construction, right?
Right.
At least I do. You got interests everywhere, don't you? Right?
Huh.
Yeah. So, if you didn't check out last week's episode, you should really check it out. It was funny. So yeah, diving into more conversation here. Caterpillar, they made a D Series 200. I believe that was only for like their LMEs, their mass excavators. The
Yeah.
245D LME. I was like, there's no way that's fucking real. When someone sold me a model of a 245D LME, I was like, there's no way this is fucking real. I didn't know. I've never heard of a D Series 200.
Well, I've seen a lot locally. They did have a few D ones. But yeah, what was really in question was the larger ones, like the 245.
And the 245, they never were like great with like numbering, because that's about a 75-ton excavator, 80 ton.
It's about, yeah, it's, I'd say closest thing was like 375. Well, that's what it got replaced by, so kind of gives you a sense of size.
So I don't need a fucking 375. I got a 245. So yeah, I'm happy. By the way, if you want to make a 245 DLME, Ackerman boom with NCG 245 body, it looks amazing. And like that's the thing, and I've noticed this about Caterpillar equipment, not just excavators but dozers and all this. They were very inconsistent with their decaling in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, or early 90s.
Right.
They was very inconsistent with their decaling.
Huh.
Like one machine will have one variation of decals, and another machine, the same size, would have a different variation. I mean, have you noticed that?
Well, I've seen a lot of really random numbers, like 231s and what 229, I think.
Well, I mean, it's still within the same general weight class. They're just trying to
Yeah.
market it as different things to make it go like,
Yeah, they got
oh,
like
look at our
special
broad
parts
line
on
of
them.
excavators. It's the same shit with different numbers.
Different numbers and a few different parts. Like I think, yeah, 231 was 225 with 235 parts.
Like, some people, like, what Case has done with their backhoes, like, the Plus series, which aren't as common as the normal shit, but, like, the Case 580 M2 Plus, Series 2 Plus. The reason it's a plus is because it has increased hydraulic pressure and...
What's like a Bobcat high flow?
Yeah, and thank you, person. I don't know who you were that told me that difference between a plus and a regular on Facebook. Thank you. I completely forgot who you were because I asked that question like 9 months ago. So thank you. A baby was born in that time period. I like to think of things that way. A baby has been born in that time period. Tonkin replicas. They are getting all the big licenses now, aren't they?
Well, it's really, really funny. About maybe 2010, 2012, around there, people were all saying, well, the few people that liked and collected some Tonkin replicas, 153rd scale trucks, they were all saying how Tonkin replicas needed to be respected more.
Well, do we have your respect now? We got the Cat license, we got Manitowoc,
Yeah,
we got Link Belt, Terex. Well, speaking from a Tonkin replicas terms,
they even got
okay?
like big stuff like Tractomas.
Yeah, they get all this
trailers.
cool shit while Norse got stuck with Caterpillar. Which Caterpillar is great, don't get me wrong. I'm a Caterpillar guy to hardcore, die hard, whatever the fuck you like to say. But I'll give the devil his due. Northcott did have good models back in the day. As much as people hate to
I
say.
find this really, really funny. I'm sorry, but I recently ran across a 2003 Northcott catalog, right?
Yeah.
And this is what it said. It said super high detail or something around those lines. Realistic
Rubber tracks. We have rubber tracks, everyone.
realistic and low price affordable, I think they said.
Well, now, let's compare that to, what, 12 years later? They got really high prices, their detail frickin' sucks. Northscott, you fucking let us all down.
Well, and I found out one thing, that the 5080, its last year as a model was 2003.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the 5080 made by Ertl was distributed by Northscott. Just like NZG and Ertl, they seem to have lost their cat license about the same time.
Well, Conrad, they had a few re-release.
Everybody lost their cat license at the
Joel.
same time, yeah. And then Northscott moves in. They do great for the first little bit, and then as the standard quality models goes up, Northscott goes down. Think of it this way though. Northscott was the top of the line. Ertl was there too, and then all these new manufacturers come in. TWH and Sword set the frickin' bar.
Right.
In 2008 and 2009, they came out with opening doors and metal track. Oh my god, nobody's ever heard of such a thing. Opening doors on a model? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
TWH and Sword did it, and they was the highest quality crap, and they still are. And even though TWH is long gone.
Well, not that long gone, but yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, and Sword's still there, but when have they fucking produced a model in the last 3 years?
And, wait, what was the last word on those pickup trucks?
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, where's those pickup trucks we was promised 2 years ago?
Well, they were supposed to come out, what, last summer?
Yeah, they're supposed to be out last summer. They were announced 2 years ago. It said estimated time 1 year. It's been a year and a half. So yeah, Chuck, I know you got your finger in a lot of pots, but frickin' pick up the pace on the pickup trucks. We're still waiting. No disrespect to Chuck either. He's done good, I will say, but still pick up the pace. You're doing good. Keep up the good work, but hurry the fuck up. And still continue to be good, right?
Yeah.
That's how it is. But yeah, back to the Northscott thing. As time has gone by, the quality has gone down. And Northscott just can't. And we talked about last episode, Adapter Paris. Northscott's trying to adapt. Their tracks on their machines, the 320 tracks on their 320 DL, those were almost perfect. They're adapting. They're trying to adapt, but they just can't keep up with. They don't have the functionality. They don't have the detail. They certainly don't have the price. I remember we covered this story back in the old model chat days.
Right, when the first price increases.
Yeah, and we called them up, and they said, "Oh yeah," and they gave us 4 different reasons. I think the one I remember most
switching factories. I think.
Yeah, they had to switch factories. All their workers went on strike. They had to. That was 2 of them. They had to switch factories because the other one had problems or it was shut down or something. All the workers went on strike, so they went out, built a new factory, and hired new workers. And all this other weird shit. They were covering something up, and then we get another price increase, and then we have another one that just went into effect not too long ago. And as collectors, we're sitting here going, what the fuck? That's essentially what it is. And now Northscott isn't even Northscott anymore. The North Scrap. Tonkin Replicas has came in. They have kicked North Scrap's ass at building models. And Caterpillar gets this random truck model builders. And I said this too. I've been quoted on saying this back in 2012 when Tonkin first gets the limited license. I said, I don't think Tonkin's going to do that well. And
we were all wondering, were they going to be 153rd or what?
Yeah, because let's take you back a little bit. Tonkin was notorious for making 153rd scale trucks, and that's always been their scale. And we was like, they've always made trucks. They've always been a smaller scale. And Caterpillar were the biggest equipment maker in the world goes to this 153rd scale truck model building company. And we is all on edge, and they have freaking kicked Norscott's ass at this. And Norscott released, what, 3 models last year?
Oh yeah, and then Tonkin did all their loaders.
Yeah,
All the loaders they were allowed to do.
Tonkin goes out and kicks ass, and we talked about this on one of the recent shows because Cranes Etc. did an interview with one of the heads, and he said that they're releasing them in like a series. So we got the loader series out of the way. We've been hinted with the dozers with the D6 R,
Yep.
and then we've also been hinted with excavators with the 340, both Asian market machines, and we're in full on in the forestry. We got the road builder and the log loader.
Yep,
we got
we got Skidder coming out.
Yeah, we got the 555. So that leads me to believe that we're going to be seeing a fellow buncher and or processor coming out here soon.
Oh yeah.
Because you don't have a log loader and you don't have a skidder without something to cut the trees in the first place.
Yep.
Unless you want to use a chainsaw, and that doesn't make any sense.
Or just go and get an axe.
Axemen, right?
Yep.
But yeah, so that leads us to believe that they're going to be coming out with more crap. But oh well. A lot of model makers, like we've seen TWH fall. They've been one of the biggest, and recently Tonkin's picked up the Manitowoc license that TWH had for such a long time. We've seen them create iconic models. Like we always talk about, Norscott has their core classic series.
Yep.
And kind of relate that there. There's always going to be those classics models. The 365 is always going to be a classic. And when you think of cranes, classic cranes, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Well, there aren't that many classic cranes, but some people, I guess they could call the 555 one.
And also the 4100, like classic model cranes.
Yeah.
And the 4100, plain and simple, TWH is probably their masterpiece. Even though they had the higher detailed and way bigger 16,000, 18,000, the 4100 had so many variations to it. There was the ringer, there was the standard, there was the tower.
And then they had the magnet and clamshell.
Yeah, they had the multi-purpose, they had the multi-liveries. So yeah, they had, well, the multi-liveries, I mean Lamson, Walsh, and Kokosing. Yeah, I have the Kokosing and Walsh one.
Yep.
Well, Kokosing and Walsh ones. It's not like they're 50-50 split livery, but 2 different cranes. I also have the tower, which I'm freaking maxed out on boom.
Yep. As long as you don't hit any
ceiling fans,
you should be all right there.
Shout out to Trash Lover 9 for that one.
Yep.
But yeah, definitely you can think of it as a classic. And even TWH, as successful as they was, they put they put too much money into their models, and they weren't getting enough back.
31,000.
And their main goal, I think, didn't we do an interview with like one of the heads of TWH?
Yeah. I wasn't around there. But
I think someone did. I remember him saying, like, I remember this being said that TWH invests more money into making highly detailed museum quality models, which they are.
Yeah.
While making them very affordable for collectors, and that was ultimately their downfall. They put too much money in, and also they put a lot of money in the Manitowoc 31,000 project, and that was kind of like worthless, to be honest. I mean, why would invest so much money?
That was basically a cash cow that failed on them.
That was like a nail in the coffin, essentially. That was a nail in their own coffin, and oh well, it's their hill to die on, not ours. But again, we're just commentators.
Yeah. Well, speaking on the higher end models, well, why don't we go on with CCM? You know, they're really nice models. I can see that, and at market value when they first come out, the MSRP, they do seem to be pretty well worth it, but just the price inflation after they're discontinued is just insane.
Like when the 385 and 390 came out, it was like what, $200.
250, I think, 249.
Now you're lucky to get one of them on eBay for like 500. And there was only 1,000 of them produced, and I was lucky.
Yeah, yep.
I was fortunate enough. Again, luck is for losers. I was fortunate enough to buy both of them when I had a pre-op time, or yeah, opportunity to get them. I got them, and yeah.
Well, one thing everyone thinks is absolutely insane is the 187 scale collection from CCM that they did in the late 90s.
And it's way overpriced.
Yeah, they were basically, I think they were the first Caterpillar models they ever made. And yeah, they were done in 1,000 pieces. And the whole set on eBay is around $4,000 or $5,000.
And keep in mind, these are 187 scale models. You can freaking go and buy a North Scrap 320 fully functioning, well, for
Yeah.
187 scale for $20. And yeah, again, you're getting a set of 10, I believe it was.
Yeah, around that. But I mean,
It was 12.
yeah.
It was a set of 12 for $4,000.
Yeah, I mean, you at least have some models like a 777 and the 992, but that really doesn't make it any better.
Yeah, not even close. But I mean, and he has a PM. What is it? 200.
65.
Yeah, he has
I think it's a 465. Yeah.
He has a cold planer. I was thinking the 150th scale North Scott there, but yeah, he has one of those old ones. Also, there was the and in the early 2000s, we seen CCM do a lot of brass. We seen the 320 CLU.
That is another insanely
expensive
piece.
And then we also seen them do a D5G.
Right.
And they did a whole set of 320s. One of them was a compaction wheel bucket. One of them was standard, and then one of them was a CLU with a thumb. They made a 148, all this in 148 scale, by the way.
Didn't they do one with a shear?
Yeah, they made 4 versions then.
Yeah.
They did a CLU with a shear. Yeah, it was the CLU with the shear. Yeah, I was thinking it was the standard there for a sec, but they also made a 148 scale track loader, which that's going for like $900. Then they also, and in newer times, they made this limited 500 piece run of a skid steer with attachments, and there's an eBay trap, and like someone goes CCM bucket or CCM 272, I think it was.
Yeah.
272C attached, or he didn't specifically say attachments, and it's for $6. You can buy a grapple, fork, and bucket for it. And I message him. I go like, okay, so what's the deal with this? And he goes, this is not the actual CCM model. I was like, you fucker.
Oh, what is? Well, he posted pictures of the.
Yeah, he posted the pictures of the model too, and it seemed legitimate. It didn't say attachments or anything. It said in the description attachments, but who reads the description anymore?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the little story on that one. So don't fall for that on eBay. But if you want useless attachments, be my guest.
Yep.
But yeah, also North Scott making Bobcat shit.
Well, that kind of explains the rapid price increase.
Again, when we talk about North Scott and models like different brands, you'll always like know it's a North Scott if it has a rapid price increase.
Oh, yeah.
It doubled in price since it was originally made in 2013. I'm talking about the E35 and S750. Yeah, they were only $7 on Bobcat Store. Now they're $14 and $15 each.
Yep.
So you'd spend $30 on a mini excavator and a skid steer, when you could have just spent $15 and then pay shipping.
Both.
Yeah, and then pay shipping.
Well, I think at one point, Bobcat, when I got mine, they had free shipping for July 4th.
Yeah, same here. I actually got free shipping for my birthday. But yeah, I mean, like, North Scrap, you bastards. Again, this isn't a bash. This isn't a bash thing. It's just like us expressing our opinions, and this is not. And as Joe said earlier,
Shooting the breeze, I guess to say.
yeah, this isn't a shooter interview. This is just like they're not interviewing you, but we will have guests on, right?
Yeah.
From time to time. I mean,
yeah.
me and Joe, we've recorded like 2 of these things straight, and we're good. We're fine. We've done great. But yeah, I'm actually on Bobcat Store's website right now.
Yep.
And let's just say this: they got a pretty good selection though. But a 1/50th scale on Bobcat S750 goes for $12.75.
If you want to talk about another inflated model, I guess we go ahead with the Gradalls.
Oh yeah, them things are freaking expensive. My friend, Bobcat 1, Deer 2, my Deer 2 Cat 3, my friend Nico. What's up, man? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, anyway, I actually know someone that has a Gradall, smaller Gradall, and they said they actually used to sell them at the local Gradall dealership for like $25.
And you'll be lucky to get that for something. Get that for that price.
I mean, a few years ago, I heard of some people buying them for 40 and 50, but now they're in the hundreds.
And it's ridiculous. It's money grubbing motherfuckers trying to get their hands on whatever money they can, and that's the way merchants are. Really,
I mean, that's the pitfalls of the free market economy.
Yeah, there's no set price.
Demand.
They can do whatever they want whenever they want, essentially, and they can set the price wherever they want. That's why you see a lot of rip-offs on eBay.
Yep.
Now communism is way worse, but okay. Free market economy, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to America. If whatever other country you're in, I don't know how your economies are. I don't know. I've never been to your countries, probably. Unless you're in Canada. I've been to your country. Really, really nice country. Oh, Canada. I'm pretty sure Canada is not copyrighted. We keep falling back.
Well, that would seem really, really wrong, so.
Someone copywriting, Canada. That'd be funny. Like I'm on eBay right now, and a Gradall, $200.
Yep.
And also, there's a Gradall telehandler with JLG. They had a nice little partnership going there. That's $31 only. So if you want a 1/32 scale, be my guest. But Gradall, the reason that they're like so rare, like, is because so few were produced, and the reason Gradall is like this big deal is because they have some weird shit.
Well, I mean, they're kind of special in their own regard. They're,
Yeah, and I also found a Gradall on eBay for $320.
That's even more expensive than Buffalo Road cost.
And then there's also one for $219 and then $239. So
well, one thing I'm really upset with is Gradall. Why did you have to go to 1/32 scale? You know that most of the construction collectors are in 1/50th scale.
Yeah. And like, here's another thing. Gradall's making a killing off of this sort of shit, right? But think about it this way though. You know why the CCM stuff is so expensive? It's handcrafted brass, and I found a 48-inch, well, in 1/87 scale, brass rock bucket for guess how much? $46 for a 1/87 scale bucket. That just showed you how bad it is. But you can't do shit about it. People will sell shit for what they want to sell shit for. But eBay is okay with it because guess who's making money off it either way?
They get their commission.
Yeah, exactly. You sold it on our website, so we're taking a certain percentage.
Yep. I mean, I'd like to get more CCM models. There's a few that catch my eye, but they're just too dang expensive.
Yeah, and then there's this Manitouk 4600 dragline in 1/87 scale for how much? $19.75, not $19.75, $1,975. And then that PM 465 that you
Yeah.
have, that's worth $330. And a simple thing like a roller.
$349, yeah.
Yeah, and CCM had a Komatsu license there for a little bit too.
No, that was CMC, Classic Mint Collectibles. They were another company, and they went out of business.
Oh, okay, I see. It said
I think.
CCM. That's what I also hate that on eBay. So many people are like, "Oh yeah, let's
Yeah,
this."
title spamming. They're like CCM, not Conrad, not Norscott, not NZG, not Erdl.
Yeah, and here's all the things CCM made in 187 scale: a 992G, a an old scraper,
Yeah,
a 777D,
633E,
a D250E Series 2, a
320L.
a 325L,
Yeah, 325L.
the PM 465, a 963C, an
D8R.
IT28. Yeah, there's also a D8 with the saggy tracks. I love saggy tracks on a dozer. It makes it look worn. A 140H motor grader, an AP 1055B, a CB534. All that for the low overinflated price of $3,850.
Plus $28 shipping and processing.
Actually, it's $43.
What?
Yeah, $43 shipping and handling.
It says over here it's 28. But
I don't think you're looking at the right thing, but all these models have metal tracks like any other model in 2015.
they're metal, but here's the thing: they're solid brass.
Yeah, it's really weird. So I think, God, I think we should call that one an episode, right?
Well, hold on. Well, there's
But
yeah,
wait,
but
there's more. I think we're gonna make this an
yeah.
extended edition.
Well, Classic Mint Collectibles, if you wanted to know, they made the PC 400. They did another version that had basically all the graphics removed so people could put decals on them. But I think the people that could afford that limited run of no decal ones, I think they themselves wouldn't even want to put decals on them because of the fact that they made just so few of them and there were so much money.
And not to mention, like the bigger mining stuff by CCM, the 5230 excavator is $1,650 on eBay, and then the 5230 FS is $1,395, and then for literally $1,000 you can get yourself a Cat D11 RCD in white.
Wow. Well,
White.
anyway, I think that Classic Mint Collectibles stuff might have been a little bit finer. They actually had brass link tracks on the PC 400, and they had a whole engine and that kind of stuff.
But
yeah,
at the
it's
same
just
time,
a market that almost is not there in 187 scale.
and also CCM had a link belt license too, which
Yeah, they had the link belt license.
and like that's the thing. People are going to start steering away from CCM. Mark my words on that one. Because they're so expensive and nobody's going to buy them. Well, actually,
I'm surprised CCM didn't
has
really
done so
change
well.
Yeah, they didn't really change any kind of business strategy that we can really see
It's just
after they saw Classic Mint Collectibles basically exploded and faded out.
Yeah. But I mean, like, there's always going to be those people that love those CCM models. I know one of them. We're really good friends with one of them. But the thing is, though, the reason that they make up, like, the reason they're still in business, yes, their shit is expensive as fuck. But at the same time, though, it's expensive, and there's always going to be those fanboys and girls out there that want CCM models, and they're going to pay the price for them anyways.
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, CCM is great. Their models are fucking amazing. They're way better than TWH. They're way better than Sword. But at the same time, the price is the drawback. If you're fucking rich, go get yourself CCM, because they make stuff that you don't see every day. Like a Dresser TD40B. CCM. They made a Dresser dozer. Anthony, you'll be quite happy to know it's only at a low price of just $300, which is low for CCM compared to what we've been talking about.
Yeah. Let's see.
So yeah,
the 349. That just seemed a little expensive for the size.
Yeah.
It's right up there with the 385.
And then a D9T with winch, only 80 of these things made, and it's $2,100.
Right.
And then that 320 CLU that we was talking about with the shear, it's only $1,200. And we're not doing price comparison. Like, all right, for those of you that have the 150th scale D5, this is a D5C or the D5G and 150th scale, essentially the same size. I've actually seen one with the 4 She-Rops like this. It was a D5C as well, which is weird. You remember seeing the pictures, Joe?
Yep.
In 148 scale, brass. Again, there's that magical brass word which shoots the value way up. Is $925 for a dozer that small. And like, there's a reason like all this shit's expensive. Like, if you were to go buy a trumpet, them things are like $400.
Yep.
And it's because they're brass. Like, you can go buy die-cast metal trumpets. I've seen them before.
You can buy plastic ones.
I don't even see how that's fucking remotely usable.
They're like translucent plastic, and yeah.
At least tell me the mouthpiece is metal.
I think they're plastic too.
Oh dear God! It's a little
yeah,
knockoff.
I think
like
it costs just as much because they're yeah.
They're hand molded.
Yeah, and now what next? Glass trumpets.
Since when is that a good idea?
Well, they're hand shaped and hand blown, and they don't have a perfect success rate. Some of them explode overnight.
Whoa. Here you go. So, anyways, weigh in on your thoughts and opinions on why.
Yeah,
why do you? We've gone through over a lot of topics tonight. I feel it's been a successful.
Or this morning, but
yeah, episode. It's been a successful. We're recording this at night because that's the only time we're like free. So yeah, what do you think? Weigh in on your opinions, and if you have a topic you want us to discuss, drop a comment below or email us modelnewsinc@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, guys. For myself, and any last words, Joe?
Well, it's been an interesting episode.
Yeah, and if it's longer, like some of them will be longer and shorter. We don't time this crap or script it. It's the conversation just leads us wherever. But anyways, for the morning K cup of Joe with Kevin and Joe, for me and Joe, peace out.